The World Cup season is finally here, so the best way for me to revive this dead channel is to talk about something I have good ball knowledge on. So,
Here we go.
starting off, we have Group A, we have the host nation, one of the three host nations, Mexico. I don't think the World Cup starts tomorrow, and I'm not too optimistic about their position. I honestly think South Korea would beat them overall, and I think they would get second. Mexico. I think Czech Republic would be third. I think South Africa would be a solid fourth. South Africa is they aren't making it past Group A, so there's that. For Group B is every year we have Group of Death, and this time we have whatever is the opposite of Group of Death, or if you want to call it Group of Life. And I feel like almost anyone in this group could move forward. Still think that Switzerland would stay first. Qatar's strong, but it's gonna be fourth. Like there's no home support like the previous one, and even if it was, like, I doubt it's gonna change much. I think Edin Dzeko, for his last World Cup, he's gonna score 2 goals, but not more than that. I feel like so far both the host nations would come second in the group. I feel like Bosnia would have a strong place for one of the best third place finishers, but apart from that, I don't see them making it to the top two. Now, Group C, I honestly feel like this is the closest we could come to the group of death. And Brazil would finish first. Morocco, they're strong. I want an African team to make a deep run into the competition like last time. Probably Senegal this time. I even hope an African team actually wins. But I don't think there's anyone as strong as Senegal or Morocco this time. I think I recently watched the Morocco versus Norway game in which two of their players got injuries. I don't know how long they are. I feel like it could be even short term ones. But I think that Scotland midfield just edges it. Like they were good core. And I feel like they should get the job done. Haiti, sorry, no chance. Now another group that's not really strong, it's Group D. And I feel like this is one of the problems that's caused by this edition of the World Cup. I think it's 48 teams, and it kind of kills the whole point of having stronger teams. And I feel a lot of records are going to be broken, like the most goals scored, and it also highlights how bad the records are going to be in the future with the whole top scorer situation and stuff. I'm gonna give the first to Turkey, honestly, and you know what, I'm going to put the US at third because why not? And I'm going to put Australia on fourth. I feel like the South American teams just have an edge in this World Cup, and that's because of the climate. I feel like they would be more used to it as compared to the European ones. I mean, I know Australia and United States aren't European, but compared to the rest, I feel like they would. I know that kind of contradicts with, again, the whole Turkey being first, but I think they just have a bit more star quality for them to move forward. Especially, it's one of the easiest groups, and I think they can do it. Group E. Oh, now this one's interesting because Ecuador for me are one of the dark horses of the tournament, and I really want Ecuador to do good. For me, it's the dark horses are between Ecuador and Norway. I feel like for most people it's between these two. I'm leaning more towards Ecuador because, again, the whole South American advantage I feel that they have in this World Cup. I saw Norway really struggle recently, not in terms of the quality, but in terms of the heat, and I don't know if they would do as good as people say they would, but I do think, like, if given any other circumstance, Norway would be easily a quarterfinal team at the bare minimum. Now here's the thing, I don't know if Germany would finish above Ecuador. You know what? This will be my bold prediction for the tournament, is Ecuador finishing first in that group, Germany second, Ivory Coast third, Curacao fourth, and I feel Ivory Coast would do good. I feel that would be one of the underdogs, not dark horses, underdogs. Group F. Now, this again is not a group of that, but it's kind of evenly balanced. If 5 was a number, this would be that group. I think Netherlands would finish first. I feel Japan. Ooh, what do I think about Japan? I feel Japan would stay second and Sweden third. Yeah, and Speed would say Sunzia. I know it's not Solskjaer. I feel like this is solid. I feel there isn't much of a change. I feel it's going to be a straightforward group. Netherlands do have one of the strongest defenses in the entire tournament and a pretty solid midfield too. I just don't know where the goal's coming from because Memphis is not he's not getting any younger, and but I feel like they have a strong enough core for them to have a good run into the tournament. On Group G, I feel like this is the most straightforward, easy group. I have always not supported, but have had like a soft spot for Belgium in previous tournaments because of Hazard, and now he's not there anymore. I've always considered them as the dark horses. I don't think so anymore. I feel like they have a more balanced squad now than they have in the past. But this is the most obvious first place. Like if they don't finish, I feel like they don't deserve to be. They shouldn't be allowed to compete in the next World Cup. Like this has to be a first. I think I'm going to keep it. But the whole Tim Payne thing, like I feel like New Zealand has to be third. You know what? I'm gonna put Egypt on second. I feel like they have a good team. Iran. The thing is, I want Iran to be in the knockout stage just because there are World Cups in the US. But for that out of the game, I'm going to put New Zealand on third because obviously Tim Payne's a good now Group H, and Spain's one of my favorites to win. I don't want Spain to win, but I think they're one of the favorites along with France. So I think it's a comfortable first. Like this group's gonna be as it is presented. Yeah, I think we can move forward. Group I. Oh, okay. I feel okay. This is actually group of death. I feel sorry for Iraq. Like this is the worst group you could get into. France, I'd say, are the heavy favorites. Possibly the best starting 11. I think this group's gonna remain as it is. France. No, you know what? Norway is one of my dark horses. I'm gonna put Norway second. I think they just edge out Senegal, but I feel like Senegal is gonna have like a 5-0 game against Iraq, and I feel like that should easily put them as one of the best third place finishers and into the knockouts. Now, I am supporting Argentina. I think they are more balanced now than they were 4 years ago. Two of their core younger players, which are Enzo and Alvarez, I feel like they've developed into like world-class players now. The thing with Messi is I feel like he has another chance of winning a third golden ball. Is it third or second? But yeah, because I don't think he's going to be up in goals, like in the top scorer list, but I think he's going to bag loads of assists. And he's still the main penalty taker, so like there's always a good chance that he would end up in the golden ball race, given that they are minimum making it to the quarterfinals, and that should put him. I feel like Messi just screams like he's going to get at least 5 goal contributions. And now the rest of the group is interesting. I don't think Austria is as strong as they used to be once upon a time. Same with Algeria. I feel like Algeria isn't what they were again 4 years ago. But I think they could potentially beat Austria, and I feel like that's why I would put them on top. I feel bad for the Asian countries, honestly. Like we are not even close to reaching that quality of South American, African, European. There's still a very big gap in the quality of football, and that would just take another 10-15 years. Let's say South Korea and Japan are doing really well, and a lot of the Southeast Asian countries are also doing much better than they were 10 years ago. It's just a matter of time, like, you know, we're going to be there. Okay, now Group K. Now, like I said, Portugal was, for me, the strongest starting 11 with or without Ronaldo. Like I feel like easily the best midfield along with Spain in the tournament. They have a really solid defense too, and it's just a matter of can their forwards produce something. Ronaldo's like a very big if and but player right now. I'd say he's like a good, reliable penalty taker, but apart from that, I don't know what he can provide for this team. João Felix got the Saudi Player of the Year award, and I don't know who the manager is going to revolve the attack around. It's going to probably be Ronaldo. Do I think it should be Ronaldo? Probably not. I feel like the team should revolve around Bruno right now. He is the strongest player. Again, like the wingers have kind of dipped in form recently. Rafael Leao is not what he used to be. Bernardo Silva could be a very decent option in the right wing, but striker is still a very big question mark. overall, I still think that Gonzalo Ramos should start over Ronaldo. And I think Ronaldo should just come off the bench at 60 and just be that impact player, be in the fox in the box and, score goals. And I feel like he would score more in that way and he would have more of an impact. It's just that would the manager even let it happen? Or more so like, would Ronaldo let it happen? Group L now. I really would have had a soft spot for England, but given how badly the team selection has gone through, I'm not really too keen. I feel like Cole Palmer and Harry Maguire should have been on the plane. I feel like Adam Wharton should have been on the plane. I still don't know what Jordan Henderson is doing in the team in the big 2026. I still think they would come first, not as comfortable as they would like. Croatia is going to be tough. Ghana's going to be tough. They're going to probably win 7-0 against Panama. And I think Ghana is going to be one of the best third performers along with whatever I've chosen before. Okay, now we have to select the best third place teams. And we need to select 8. Oh, okay. So I think US makes it. Morocco makes it. Senegal makes it. I think Ghana, that's 4. I think Ivory Coast is going to be one of the surprising African teams this year. They're not going to make anything special, but I feel like they would have one really good performance. I think Sweden makes it through. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 6. Now 2 more. For the love of the game, I'm going to let New Zealand go through. Tim Payne. And the last one, you know what? Let's go with Saudi Arabia because why not? I feel like we haven't really gone too rogue with these predictions, and I feel like this would be a good place to start. Now, finally, knockouts. Ecuador, Morocco. Now, that is actually a very good matchup. I feel like they're so evenly matched. But I think Ecuador's a really strong team. I think Ecuador's going to be really surprising to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure they're second in the qualifying groups, and I think they'll slightly edge it over Morocco. It's going to be close. Oh, this is so bad. Oh my god, this is so bad. I think France are going to win 6-0 versus the US. The thing with these predictions are that it's going to be really bad eventually because once the third place teams are selected, it's going to be very different. Who do I think from Mexico and Canada? Or the 2 host nations? Honestly, I think Mexico. I think they're just slightly better. Netherlands and Scotland. Honestly, think Scotland have the potential to cause an upset over here. And you know what? Another rogue shot. I'm taking Scotland over this. Colombia and Croatia. I'm gonna give it to Colombia. I feel like the South America advantage is gonna play over here. Spain and Algeria. Has to be Spain, Ivory Coast and Turkey. Oh, I think Turkey just takes it. Belgium and Saudi Arabia. Belgium, Brazil and Japan. Did this match happen last edition? Oh no, that is Japan versus Spain that I'm thinking of. No, I think Brazil takes it. Honestly, I would have liked to see Japan in the quarterfinals at least. I don't think that's happening. Norway and Germany. I'm sorry, this is one of the weakest German teams in recent history. And I'm going to take Norway actually. I think they have the firepower to go through. South Korea and Sweden. I'm taking South Korea. I need some Asian team to go through to have a good run. England versus Senegal. I think Senegal did beat England at Wembley recently, but I feel like that wasn't the best England starting lineup. I think England just takes it. I feel like the thing with Thomas Tuchel is I feel like every game's going to be like a 1-0, 2-0, except for that 1-7-0. This is going to be upsetting. I think Argentina. Yeah, I think they take it. Paraguay, Egypt. I'm going to go Paraguay. Switzerland, New Zealand. Switzerland takes that. Tim Payne, sorry. I can't push you further than that. Portugal, Ghana. Has to be Portugal. Oh, Ecuador, France. I really wanted Ecuador to reach the semis, but I cannot take them over France. I simply can't. I really wanted Ecuador to come at least the top 4 teams. I think they have the potential. It's going to be different. It's going to be weird when we're going to wait and see what the groups are going to look like eventually. And I'll probably make another video once the knockouts have been decided. Maybe then I could put Ecuador higher, but for now I'm going to put France. Oh, this is interesting. I think Scotland takes it. I never expected to put Scotland in the quarters. Colombia versus Spain. I think Spain takes it. Belgium, Turkey. Honestly, it could go either way because I feel Belgium's really inconsistent, but so is Turkey. I think Belgium's just gonna take it through. Brazil, Norway. You know what? I'm taking Norway. I'm big on the Norway train. I was like, I wanted either Norway or Ecuador to get to the quarter semis, and I feel like just because Ecuador had to face France, I have to go one rogue shot, and that's Norway going through against Brazil. England, South Korea, I feel like another like 2-1 game over here to England. Argentina face again to a South American, and they go through. Portugal. Oh, I see a match. France and Scotland, and France. I mean, it's kind of Spain, Belgium, Spain, Norway, England. I think England takes it. It's gonna be again like a 1-0. It's England's gonna be so boring this World Cup. Give England any other manager and probably Harry Kane scores like 10 goals this tournament. I just think they're gonna be so boring this tournament. Messi or Ronaldo. I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't. This is interesting because I think it was England versus France last time, and now it's kind of swapped. I'm gonna put Spain. You know what? I'm gonna put Spain in the final. I feel like they're gonna repeat what they did in the Euros against France, and they'll just about take it. France have such a good team though. Like they have Mbappe and Dembele, and that's just two. And they still have a good defense. They have a good midfield. They have such good depth in attack. And Oli, I mean, I've not even included Olise, and I feel like he's one of the best players in the world right now. I feel like this is where England stand. Like this is as far as you could be pushed. So this is what I think is going to be the World Cup final. I think this is the same matchup that was supposed to happen in the Finalisma, which was the Copa America winners versus the Euro winners. I don't know if that ever happened. I don't think it did. Honestly, I'm going to say back to back. I have to like. I'm not even being delusional. Like I feel like they just have that grit to take what it takes to win a World Cup. And the best thing that they have going for them is that the fact that they're so-called not world-class players, they have World Cup experience. They have winning experience. And I feel like Spain's team is just so young, and that fact is actually going to play into the knockouts. Same was France. I feel like Spain and France are very likely to keep pushing for the next 2 editions, for next 3 editions too. They keep producing top talents, and they would go. I feel like this is going to be a last chance for Argentina as a whole. Although they do have like Alvarez, Enzo, and like probably a few others more that I'm forgetting. But I feel like this is last of the golden generation, and they're just going to have a big dip after this. I definitely don't think that there's going to be a World Cup winners curse as previous winners have been grouped. That's not happening this time at all. And there you have it, my 2026 World Cup winners, Argentina. I'm probably going to make a few more videos regarding the World Cup, and stay tuned.